But right now, it's time for some drama. We got drama from Fantasy Factory on MTV, Rob and Big, all the shows. Anything with Rob has got drama on it. Drama, good morning, my man.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I am fantastic. How are you, man?
I'm all right. You know, it's a little early out here in L.A., but I'm surviving.
Good. We were supposed to talk to you once before here, and we had the Rapid receptionist on, but you slept in that morning, I think. So.
Yes, I did. I'm really trying to change my ways, and today I made it.
I like it. Excellent. Let's get started here. People have probably seen you on one show or the other if they've watched MTV ever. How did you get the gig with Rob? Is that something you've been working for him for quite a while, or how'd that come to be?
Really, you know, it's actually a funny story. Long story short, what it was is I moved out here from Ohio fresh out of high school and didn't really know what was going on. To me, L.A. was the craziest thing ever. So I moved out, and I was staying with Rob. Rob told me, you know, you can live with me for a month, and then, you know, and that way you can look for apartments and that sort of thing, and you can come out and do your thing. And that just happened to be, you know, right around the end of that month is when they started filming the test episode for Rob and Big. And what happened is he had already had a full plan to have this other kid be his assistant, this funny skater kid. And so he had the full plan, had it all laid out, and the night before he was supposed to come up and film from San Diego, he called and said that he couldn't do it because his girlfriend gave him the ultimatum of her in San Diego or Rob in L.A. And so it ended up being the biggest mistake he's ever made, but I thank him every day because, you know, literally Rob walked out of the kitchen stressing because we had to shoot the next day, and he just looked at me and said, do you want to be my assistant? and I said, I don't really know. I don't even know what that means, but I'll give it a shot, and this is what it led to.
That's awesome, man. Is Drama a name that you've had forever, or was that something they came up with when you became the assistant?
Really, that came when I moved to L.A. Rob had been calling me that. The funny thing is I should have a good story by now on where that came from. Some sort of weird involving police and maybe being arrested, or I should have made up something by now. But he started calling me that on a few trips before I actually moved out, but nobody else had ever called me that in my life. So when I moved out to L.A., he just only referred to me as Drama and introduced me to everybody as Drama. So most people, even still now out here, don't know my real name.
That's awesome. I love how Rob's just in that position in his life where he can do stuff like that. He can just decide, your name is Frogger, and just start calling you that, and it'll stick, and that just becomes who you are.
What's funny is we do have a friend with the nickname Frogger. But
really? Wow.
Yeah, we do. But, yeah, for some reason he just has that power. He's real good at making things stick. You know, in general, he can make phrases, nicknames. He's talented. Yeah,
he's a pretty cool dude to it. And what's it like to work for him? I mean, he's obviously kind of harsh on you on the show, gives you a hard time. Is that what it's like in real life when you guys hang out, or does he go a little harder on you for the show?
I would say it's not like that 24/7. And the good thing is now, you know, after all the Rob and Big, and, you know, finally where I'm at now is I'm spending so much time doing, you know, my clothing line, Young and Reckless, and my music production and that stuff, that really, you know, he has a kind of a backup assistant, and my duties are pretty minimal at this point. So really, when we hang out now, it's really mellow.
That's cool. Tell us a little bit more about your clothing line and the music stuff. Where can people get the clothes, and then what music are you working on?
Yeah, the clothes it's called Young and Reckless. They're available at all PacSuns, most Zoomies, and most Tilly's, and then youngandreckless.com. That pretty much, you know, just long story short, I just kind of wanted to make something that's kind of like, you know, out here in L.A., streetwear is really, really big, and all these T-shirt brands, and it's just really big, but none of these companies will sell to mainstream stores because, you know, they don't want to sell out, quote unquote.
Yeah, they're too cool for that.
Exactly. So my thing is, I'm not too cool. So I'm trying to, you know, take the same idea, but just not be too cool for it, and let a kid in, you know, Ohio or wherever it may be, get a cool T-shirt, you know, or be waiting for a new cool T-shirt the same way the kids out here do, you know.
That's cool. That's a cool idea. What about the music thing? What are you producing right now? Anything exciting?
Yeah, the music, I'm all over the place, man. I was actually just in last night. That's always what holds me up in the morning, but I was in last night until about 3 a.m. working on a new track for Rihanna. We'll see how that goes. My fingers are crossed. Been working with Chris Brown, Omarion, and even as far as The Game and Snoop Dogg. So kind of all over the map right now. It's just a matter of what, sticks to people's albums.
When guys are working with you like that, do they know you as just a guy that, produced a sweet track, or do they know you from the show and say, oh, it's Drama?
Yeah, everyone so far has known me from the show. Actually, the funny thing about Snoop is, I ran into Snoop at the tattoo shop, and I didn't even. He was getting a tattoo, and I didn't even say anything to him because I don't want. I want to let him do his thing, and I don't want to. I'm sure he gets fans everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
So I just kind of fell back and was hanging out on the couch, and he stood up and was like, "Drama, how are you not going to say anything?" And to me, that was the most surreal thing. Like, how is Snoop Dogg going to call me out? You know what I mean?
That's funny.
So that's actually where that came from, and then that led to me just saying, well, hey, man, we need to get in the studio and try to come up with something.
Excellent. Very cool. Anybody on the show that we've seen on, like, Rob and Big or on Fantasy Factory that you didn't like to work with? Obviously, it seems like a fun, cool place. Was there anybody that, came in for a guest spot or was on any episode that you were like, that guy's just a douchebag?
I'm trying to think. There's got to be a couple. Because in all of Rob and Big, man, we had some weirdos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy that we just had, we just had Joel Bauer, the business expert, on one of our last episodes, and I can't really say he was a complete, loser, but he was weird. He was definitely really weird.
But all those MTV guys you like, the Johnny Knoxville and like people like John Mayer, people like that, you're down with all them? Yeah, they've all been good so far, man. No complaints yet. I mean, I'm really looking for something bad to say, but they've all been pretty cool. Does that give you some good leverage with the chicks? When you meet people like, oh, I'm Drama, you probably know who I am. Like, I just got done hanging out with Snoop and John Mayer and Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, that always does help, and I don't know why. I don't necessarily introduce myself quite that hard, but yeah, for some reason, that does help. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine it would. If somebody's like, I'm at a club, I can either hang out with this dude that works at a skate shop, or I can hang out with this dude that hangs out with famous people all the time and is on a TV show. Obviously, you're going to choose the guy from the skate shop.
See, you put that well. I might need you to persuade a couple girls for me if you don't mind.
Give him a call. Just say, call Big J in Billings, and he'll let you know what's up with Drama.
Okay, perfect.
Right on. The clothing line, one more time, where can people pick that up?
PacSun, Zoomies, and Tilly's, Young and Reckless.
Excellent, and we'll be looking for some of your tracks, and we'll also check you and the whole gang out on Fantasy Factory on MTV Drama. Thanks so much for joining us, man, and we'll hopefully talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
See you, bro. Have a good one.
You too.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.